just the way.
You're gonna edit this video?
No. Go ahead, Tab.
Okay. Alright, so this is about managing multiple clients, multiple leads. You know, as you get more and more busy, or at least when I get more and more busy, I find I get more and more scatterbrained. I can't keep track of anything, and the thing about me is I offer clients custom packages, so they can put in what they want, what they don't want within a package, but then I have a hard time keeping track of who got what, who didn't get what, and there's just so many of them, and it's scattered throughout the year and like a year from now. And on top of that, I also shoot for the media, like 3 different departments of North Jersey Media Group I shoot for, on top of a school portrait studio, and then doing my own stuff, and then doing stuff for other photographers.
You're a magician.
So I am all over the place, working 7 days a week, just spread very thin, and I needed a good way to organize it. So what I did was I put together basically what I do. This isn't like the be-all, end-all, like the only way to do it. If you get something out of this, maybe see how you would take this and use it for yourself. Like if you have a different interpretation of what I'm showing you, or if you see what I'm showing you and you have a better idea of how it could better apply for you, do that. Because organization systems, they're really just, they should be tailor-made for you.
Yeah,
so my way, my way is not going to necessarily work for Jeff. It's not necessarily going to work for you. Might work for you. Might work for you. Who knows? So I'm just putting this out there. So dealing with the individual client, obviously you have paperwork for each client. What I have is a contact info page and event details page, along with the contract and invoice, blah, 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 blah. So I do have a very thorough contract. I've read every horror story on the internet, and I put a clause in my contract to cater to everything. I even joke with my clients that I have a Kardashian clause in there. So if your wedding, if your marriage is dissolved, you still have to pay for the package. That's it. So I have all sorts of weird, I have all sorts of weird clauses in there. At one point I had like death in there too, like this contract is not void, and I was like, you know what, that's too crazy. So.
They can't pay if they're not here.
Also, make sure you have some kind of invoicing procedure. What I do for my invoice numbers is I make it the date of the event, and I structure it 2014, the year, followed by the month, followed by the day. So if ever...
Say that again?
The number system for my invoicing is the year, full calendar year, 2014, followed by the month, 08, followed by the day, 21. So someone's invoice number today would be 20140821. And then when you put all these invoices in one file, or what have you, however you want to organize it, they'll remain in chronological order. So let me just show you what I did.
Do you want to share?
No, I'm okay. I love the sound of my own voice.
A chair?
Oh, and I love standing.
Okay.
So I create client folders. On here, I love to refer to it as the client folder O-Fun. And what I have on the inside is I have the client contact information, bride, groom, event details, addresses, all that stuff. And then behind that, I have the contract. So the contract and the contact information is all stapled inside the folder, so it stays there. You could even, and what I do also is when I give someone a quote, because I can never remember what quote I gave them.
That's my problem.
Yeah.
Yep, I put it on the inside here.
So those are like your notes.
Yeah, this is my go-to folder for anything related to the client.
Is that the originals?
Yeah. originals. And on the front, I have a workflow checklist. Everything I do in my workflow for this client. So up top, I have the client name. I number my price lists because my price lists always change. And I promise my clients that they can maintain those prices for a year after their event should they want to order anything. The only way I could keep track is if I write down which price list. So these guys are on my D6 price list, named after the Nikon camera series. So I start at D3, now I'm on D6. I have their package items written here so I can see everything at a glance, what I owe them. And I have the event date and my second shooter, in this case, Leah.
Hey!
All right. And I have everything I need to do before the event. I have everything I do for the engagement session and everything for the main event. Okay? Because also, like, when you're working on a client, like working on their photos, you might stop and leave off and go work on another client's stuff. And then when you come back, you don't remember where you left off on client A. This checklist solves that. So right now, I can tell you the next thing I need to do is cull my photos for this job. That's the next thing I have to do. And I've already culled Leah's photos. I've created my Animoto. I've done my teaser. So all that's checked off here.
Question?
Yes.
Do you, so say you have a client that doesn't have an Animoto, do you cross out things that you're not going to do for that client before you start, or as you go through this check, you say, oh yeah, they didn't get that?
Oh, sometimes both.
Okay.
Sometimes both. Like one of my clients, I give 4x6 proofs for clients to sort for their album, but one client insisted that they didn't want 4x6 proofs, but they still wanted an album. So over here next to where I have order 4x6 proofs, I wrote in no proofs in all caps. So I remember that a year from now, I'm not going to get them proofs. That's $200 I don't have to spend on them. And I also leave some blanks down here just in case I want to add something. And this will always change. Like this is probably like my 4th or 5th iteration of my workflow. As I change, I adapt. And if you look closely, I've actually reprinted my new workflow and taped it over my old one because I recently changed my workflow. All right. This is totally analog. I can't do digital. I tried. I bought an iPad for that reason. I thought, oh great, I'll just put my contracts, my contact pages, I'll put my invoices on there. Everything will be on the iPad, including my portfolio and my to-do lists. And then you close up the iPad, put it on your desk, there's your everything. But I had no idea what to do, what to do next. Like, okay, check my to-do list. Okay, now what do I have to do? Okay, I have to go to this app. And I just...
It's overwhelming, right?
Yeah, my brain could not handle the digital world. Maybe I'm too old for it, I don't know. So I switched back to analog, complete analog.
Like again, like Jeff said, whatever system works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whatever system you're going to actually use.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
I'm like you.
I am too.
I was doing everything on paper and just like, you're going to make a mistake. He's like, and also he couldn't help me with anything because I was in control of all the papers and the notes, sticky notes and whatever I had. And so Jeff was like, thank God. Well, he saved my ass because he's really good at Excel and can make custom everythings for me. But now, like, if I could live in my happy world, I'd be doing what you're doing. But he won't allow it.
No, it's not allowed.
Yeah.
I
He did
just-
get me to go to a digital calendar. I'm on that now. Thank you, Jesus. But I think what's so stressful is, like you said, you have everything at your fingertips in that iPad.
Including email,
But it is
Facebook.
hard as crap to set up those programs that run your business. And
Yeah.
that's why everybody
Yeah.
quits.
Yeah.
People do the free 30 day, and they quit because they're like, oh my God, this is so hard.
Yeah.
So
And
get
I spent like 4 or 5 days working on my iPad,
It's
like
time-consuming.
a monster,
Yeah.
like trying to like get all my stuff digital. all I do on my iPad now is play games. Like I don't use it for anything.
The one thing that we went digital on that I really loved is Google Docs. For all of our questionnaires, for
Right.
any kind of gathering of information, because it stores it in the cloud for free. And you can change it at any time. And it was just really easy for me to make. Like I knew I could go to Google and make a doc and it would keep it. And that way I had it in a digital form and then, yeah. But I still have all my contracts are in print.
Yeah.
I like to hold it and look at it.
Yeah,
Touch it.
you need to have a signature. That is important. And especially now that like contracts are going digital, you know, no one really knows exactly the laws. Like maybe they do by now, like maybe a digital signature does count, maybe it doesn't, maybe in some courts it does, maybe in some it doesn't, who knows?
Who knows?
But you can't dispute a signature on paper. But that beside the point, I just want to move on. When you're coming up with your workflow, break everything up into large steps, what you're doing, and then break it down into smaller steps. And I do have an at-a-glance section here, so right away I can know exactly what I need to do. Also, yeah, and this you can also bring like on the wedding day. With you, especially if you print your invoice, like the latest invoice, put it inside the folder. This way you know how much they still owe you. You have all the GPS addresses in here without having to program them into your phone. And you have a contract, so if they start arguing with you, there you go. You can even go so far as to include a copy of proof of insurance in there to show the venue. But I don't think you need to go that crazy.
It's Jersey, you never know.
Yeah. And what I do, once you start getting multiple folders, you're gonna have a lot of folders. I actually have 3 baskets that I sort my folders into. So one basket is for current projects. These are clients I'm currently working on that I owe stuff to immediately. Then I have future projects. Those are clients that I have coming up like in a month from now or a year from now or whenever from now. Those are folders I don't worry about. And then the third basket is projects waiting for client input. So whether I'm waiting for a client to get back to me about proofs or I'm waiting for an email response about something else.
That's
Yeah.
the worst basket.
Yeah, it is. That is the
You gotta poke
photography
the bear so many
limbo.
times before they actually do something.
Yeah. And, you know, this is all like on an individual basis. So you'd be, this way you're looking at every single folder individually every day to see what you have to do next. Kind of a pain, but I'm gonna address that later. Fill out your digital calendar. Do not be frugal about this. Add everything, even administrative tasks. On my calendar, I have follow-ups put in, like when I'm following up with people. And it just repeats week after week. So Wednesdays are my follow-up days. That's when I contact vendors, other photographers, and what have you. Let's see, my calendar should be up. Yep, here's my calendar.
Oh, so that makes me do.
Yep. So even on my calendar, I write
And we can have our
down
personal ones in it.
when I send out my invoices. I have that in my
Do you put reminders on them?
No, I just know on the 15th of the month to send it out. And because this fell on the day of the wedding, that's why I lost the payment in the mail. Because I put them in with the rest of the invoices. And I made a reminder here, invoices, because I knew I wouldn't have time to put them out on the 15th, so I did them Thursday night. But anyway, here's, you know, it's crazy. Just add in like as much as you can,
Yeah.
just as reminders. Okay. A little bonus tip. When entering, ding ding ding. When entering contacts or clients into your phone, in the notes section, if your phone has a notes section, I always write, let's say, John. I'm entering Johnny's information. I'll say in the notes section, marrying Janie Smith. So this way, when I look up Johnny, Janie will come up in the search results as well. Because after a while, your contacts get filled. And it's hard to remember like who's associated with who. So enter like as many.
Through Johnny.
That's what happened to my brides, because I name
Yeah.
every person in my phone something bride New Jersey, something bride New York, something bride whatever, and I have You can scroll for days
5
of
minutes,
brides.
and you're like-
Yeah, like how many Michelles do I
And you
have?
don't remember who's marrying who
Yeah.
after a while, so that's why in the notes
It's a good
section I
point.
put marrying so-and-so. So when I search one name, the other pops up.
That's one.
That's just a little bonus tidbit.
So wait, so that's on your phone?
Yeah,
Yeah, they have notes.
You know
at least on the
what?
iPhone. I'm sure the Android
Yeah.
has something similar.
Oh, you
It
gotta
does
update your
underneath their
Alaska.
name.
Yeah, all the way at the bottom, there's no
Yeah.
section.
You could be like,
Oh, wow.
And then you
Yeah,
can
all
add
kinds of
stuff.
notes in
Like,
there.
yeah, I have one bride
Type whatever you want.
whose mom booked me. So in that memo, I actually have, I have like blah blah blah, mother of bride, marrying, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
So I
it's good to
have
know
3
who-
names
yeah.
linked together, so when I look up one, I see everyone who's associated, because after a while you're not gonna remember who's marrying who and who's friends with who and who knows who. So now managing multiple clients. You finally have all your client folders of fun, all right, but now you're having trouble keeping up with the stacks. You like that?
Yes.
Fat stacks.
I actually stole that from Full House. Remember that
Oh, yeah.
episode where Danny Tanner made the clipboard of fun as itinerary?
Did we
For some
just
reason, I'm
have
stuck.
that happen?
That's funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to do the Carlton.
But I can't remember anything. Oh, I can do the Carlton.
Do it.
No,
No,
because I know they're looking. So now managing multiple clients, it really is a pain to look at every single folder every single day. Especially for like clients a year from now where like, let's say you still have to scout their location and create their itinerary. You know, like you look at it, you're like, oh, I don't have to do that, you put it aside, and then you forget about it, and then their wedding comes up and whoops, you forgot to do it. So what I do, managing multiple clients, I have a good old-fashioned whiteboard. A big, giant whiteboard. And I will show you a sample of said whiteboard. Now keep in mind that this is my client board. This board changes constantly. So right now, it's not that full, it's a
That's
little
a
more
big
full
board.
now. It is big. This is about,
I like your house.
I don't know, 40-something
I can see it.
inches wide. Yeah, you like that? That's the living room window there, through my office door. So what I put on my whiteboard, I put the client's names, I put the date, and I square the date, just so the date stands out to me. And I put down what I need to do next, and I get that from this. So, Daria and Anthony, I took this photo before I shot their wedding, so right now it says shoot. That's what I have to do. When I write shoot, I know that that job is good to go. I just have to show up that day and photograph. So Jackie and Mike, I had to design their album and get preferences for their other album that they wanted. All right, these guys, I got to get their preferences for their album. Over here for this wedding, I have to get information, so I know right away what I need to do with every client. And just one step, it's just the next immediate step you need to take. And even over here, I squared off my 2015 clients and even put down what I have to do next. So I know that when that time's coming closer, I know what to do.
And you have them lined up by date? Like,
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, that's why they're like so spread out.
Yeah.
Like over here's July,
Mm-hmm.
over here's August, over here's September, November, and then 2015. And also you'll notice that there's dollar signs. Those are the people who owe me money. And I have a record of everyone's invoices, but at a glance, I want to be able to see how much money I can expect to see coming in. You know, this is all I do. So I need to know where my income's going to come from. No dollar sign, that means they paid up. And I even write down my second shooters too. Whenever I
hope there's a
like,
lot of Leahs in there.
yeah, there's
He's fun to shoot with, by the way.
Yeah.
He's pretty awesome.
Thanks. So that's managing multiple clients.
So it's like your dashboard.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's my
Yeah.
dashboard.
Ooh, fancy word. I like
Yes. So, oh man, and I just named it client board.
that. But you know what I love about this? is my
Oh,
husband
I am
is
saving my devil's advocate, like,
No, he's
like all my
making it.
comments to the
Okay.
Same thing. What I love about this is it confirms that the creatives are very tactile, visual,
Yes.
touching people,
Very, very
and
so.
science people
Very so.
are like do it the most efficient way,
Yeah,
and
that's true.
it doesn't always work. It,
Yeah.
It's
You
what
gotta
works
do
for
what
you.
makes sense.
It's
Yeah.
what,
Like,
How's
Jeff-
my life?
I'm conscious at the bit right now.
I could. Maybe I'll put a sign above it. But Jeff's digital way does not work for me.
My whiteboard is my best friend.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Give me a noun.
Can't make them big
Oh,
enough.
I also color code my different types of clients.
And
So my sky blue is my
No,
wedding,
but the
my
spoon's
dark blue are my other events, and purple is my portrait sessions. Every client is color coded, so at a glance, I know exactly what's coming up and how much of each type of photography I'm doing. So next up, let's see. Okay. Managing multiple leads.
Oh, Dios mío, this is my problema.
Yeah. I have
Oy.
a separate whiteboard just for leads.
Oh crap! Seriously?
Yep. Now, I'm gonna get into this next, but here's my follow-up.
Jeff,
I'm gonna explain some stuff that I do. It's not gonna exactly make sense, but I'm gonna go into what I
Battery
relate.
life.
So over here, up in this corner are follow-ups. These are different vendors, different photographers, different people that I'm trying to keep in touch with. These are people who I try to get in touch with every Wednesday. And I'll be honest,
oh, you do it all in one day?
yeah,
That's so smart.
yeah,
That makes sense.
yeah.
Because I feel like I'm doing
But
it all the
I
time.
have slacked for months. For example, I know